Hey YouTube and Instagram and wherever this goes. It's daily update time and Ask Pamela Anything time. For your update, I wanted to let you know that I am still selling tickets for the JFK channeling, which is about the power of speech when your voice feels thwarted. And it is about when you feel voiceless, when you feel kind of stuck and trapped by everything that's going on right now. It is about his explanation for everything that's going on right now. It is a really powerful channeling, and he speaks in a really prolific and clear and loving, powerful way. So I can't wait for that. Tomorrow at midnight, Tuesday, 12 a.m., the special, it goes off. We're getting so close to the end of this, and I can't keep offering the special for too much longer for the early bird special. So make sure you get in on PamelaAaralyn.com to get the 11/11 special, to get your seat on that. What else is coming up this week? Lemurian diamond code technologies for regression and channeling. So if you want to learn, if you are a hypnotherapist, if you do regressions, and you want to use the diamond codes, you might want to join me for that class. If you want to learn how to regress yourself deeper or your clients deeper, if you want to learn how to put yourself in a trance for channeling, this is a good way to do it. So the basics of the Lemurian diamond code technologies, that's coming up this Friday at 1 o'clock on Patreon. I'll link it below. It's patreon.com/Pamela Aaralyn. So that's your update. Now let's get to your questions. The first question, I forgot, today for free on my YouTube channel at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm talking to the powerful teacher and healer, Jen Ward, who is the founder of the Spiritual Freedom Technique process. So it's tapping, but for all time and space continuum, throughout everything that you've ever experienced. You can get rid of beliefs that are holding you back. Quick, easy, not painless, but definitely quick and definitely easy in terms of if you let yourself get through your ego and actually do the process. We're going to talk about the power of listening there with her and the power of words and so many things about where we're failing to communicate, because this is kind of what's going on. And JFK wants to talk about this a little bit too, this energy of people just throwing energy at each other all the time. So we're going to talk today about reciprocity, about what it really means, the gift of listening energetically, and what that can mean for us individually and for so many things that's going on. Jen and I are going to talk about that today on my YouTube channel at 1 p.m. for free. Yay! You asked for more free stuff, so there you have it. It's going to be fun. Okay, questions. I only have a short amount of time today to get to them. That's why I'm talking so fast. I needed a little bit of caffeine for that. Yay, coffee. First question from patron Therese. This is a really cool question because a lot of people are experiencing this. She says, I am holding fear about the future test results specifically. I normally try positive affirmations to release the fears about the future. But I recall recently, maybe in the Jen Ward YouTube, that just doing I am affirmations are not enough. And I'm sorry if I misunderstood, but how do I release fear about the future? You didn't misunderstand. Affirmations can be useless if you are not there in that energy presently. So affirmations work with beliefs. And beliefs are old paradigms that we do not need to create upon any further. Jen Ward is the only person on this planet that I felt like really qualified to talk about this, because beliefs are not where we are. Okay, so I'd say Jen Ward and Rabina Densa, the two people that are talking about this that you need to listen to. Rabina's a yogi and spiritual teacher. It's rabinadensa.com. I'll link it below for you. And the other person is Jen Ward. You're going to talk to her today on my channel. So let me talk to you about beliefs. Beliefs are false friends. So let's talk about why. What are common beliefs in society? Hope, faith. Faith in what? Something that you're not there yet with? Hope in what? Something that currently isn't? Faith actually makes you think of religion and old paradigms from the past. And the past is already evidenced, is already done. It is either evidence for the good or for the bad. So unless you are focused on the beautiful illuminating light of source that you mastered from your past life or from your past in this life, whatever the case may be, then unless you're there and you're evidencing in that way, the past is almost completely useless. And one of the messages that I hope Jen and I end up talking about in today's podcast on my YouTube channel at 1 p.m. is that one of the things she and I have been talking about is that we both as shamans and channels have been getting these messages from the ancient ones about the Akash being completely useless. It's going to be eliminated in all the past. You're working on mastering all the things that you're afraid of from then so that you no longer have to face them again, and everything is relevant for your now. So you're going to be working in the records of your life records. That's right now. I call them the concordant records. She may call them a different thing probably. I don't know. Everybody's kind of having their own ways for things and words for things, but I call them the concordant records. Beliefs aren't a part of what the ancients have told me about the concordant records. Gosh, I really hope Jen and I talk about this today. I'll have to try to put that on my list of things to remember. So, for instance, faith is about religion. You don't need that anymore. You just don't. You know why. If you've listened to my Yeshua channelings, you know why. If you've been reading my book, A Course in Miracles, well, it's been, ooh, that just slipped out. A Course in Forgiveness. That's a funny little slip there. I'm going to think about that and feel into that. So A Course in Forgiveness is the book that I'm writing. It is similar to A Course in Miracles, but it feels like a little bit of an update. A Course in Miracles was written in the 50s. So it was for people that were in a certain mindset. A Course in Forgiveness is for people that are where they are now, teaching some similar principles, except meant for where we are now. That's why it's similar but not. So you'll notice that in my book, A Course in Forgiveness, I don't use the words God as a male or God as a female. I will say Father God or Mother God, or I will say Father Source, Mother Source, things like that. But I will not say he or she when it comes to referring to God, because God is not a personality. God is a presence that can be feminine or male, or both, and both rather. So in that, we talk about so many different things, but we don't talk about beliefs, because beliefs are not relevant for healing right now. And the only time that's different is when you're stuck in your past and you are working through the past. This is why this particular shift right now is so difficult, because all the things that you've been resistant to, all the things that you've been avoiding are smacking you in the face. Like there's no choice but to integrate that and to face it and to heal it once and for all and to return to wholeness. And then you're not going to need beliefs. And the other word, hope, that you guys use. Hope for what? That pulls you into the paradigm of the future, which, because it isn't here yet, is not relevant and distracts you from healing what you need to heal right now and creating what you need to create right now. So I am affirmations, you will generally put behind I am something that you feel in your mind that you are not. It's just something I noticed humanity does. Otherwise, I am manifestations and working with the I am for manifestations with affirmations would be really a clear thing, but most people they aren't aware of what they're actually saying when they put words behind I am. So that's why they don't work. When you do tapping, you work on where you actually are and you get rid of the things that are holding you back from where you actually need to be. Okay, so that's just a big explanation, but when you want to work on future fears, you actually just need to focus on what you're afraid of right now. Okay, right now. Test isn't here yet. So what would make you afraid of the future? Feeling not good enough or not clear enough or not mastered enough or whatever it is in the not enough category, you need to tap that out. You need to do the taps for that. All right. Okay, next question. Someone's asking me to compare SFT to EFT, and I really don't want to because they are completely different animals. It would sort of be like comparing SFT to EFT. Okay, I'm asking the ancients to give me an analogy. And if you try to compare that, they're saying it would be like trying to put wings on a fish and asking it to fly. If EFT is the fish and SFT is the bird, you cannot put wings on the fish. They are just completely different. So for EFT, it's like deep swimming around in something that's right now and only right now, that focuses on where your fears are right now. The problem with that is there's so much more going on at a deeper level that your brain is pulling you into the past, your brain is pulling you into the future. So FFT gives you wings of liberation that make you fly beyond that. Okay, so I can't compare these two things. They're just very different. EFT feels like a Band-Aid. It works with how you feel right now, gets you out of anxiety, gets you out of PTSD right now. SFT makes you feel like crap in order to feel better long term. So I've been extremely triggered with SFT in the moment, gone into deep panic attacks, and then like less than an hour later have it completely leave my body because I actually faced things that I was afraid of from the past and the future. That's the difference. So EFT is sort of like, it's great, but it's like Reiki. Reiki is beautiful, right? And it's meant to be used when you're having a problem right now that you need comfort within. Reiki is like putting your arms around someone who's thinking that they're dying and saying, actually, you're not dying, but just let me hold you because you think you are. And I'm going to hold you so that you don't hurt yourself. That's Reiki and EFT, right? Which is beneficial in and of its own category, but it's just over here on the side. Not greater, not better, but just a fish and a bird, you know? So basically, if you are the fish swimming around in muddy water, EFT and Reiki can be compared to clearing the water that's in the small bowl that you are in. That you're looking at a fish bowl and you're in it and it's like it's dirty and you're trying to breathe it in and you're trying not to die. Okay, so it clears the bowl so that you can breathe. So do that, then go to SFT. So you can clear all the bowls in all lifetimes so that no more glass around you ever persists. Just saying. I'm trying to answer this question, but it's long. Give me a second. Interesting question, though. This is from Marie, and she says, although I am conflicted, because how do you reconcile what Yeshua explains about reincarnation and eternal life in heaven with him referred to in the Bible? You don't. Let me just clarify that for you. The Bible was written by very controlling patriarchal men who want to create a religion out of something that doesn't need a religion so that you will be good, go to work and make money for them, pay their taxes, do their slave work for them. Do you not look at the times when the Bible was written? High taxes and slavery. And it's still going on. And you think it's okay. And there are books written before the Bible that are much more clear without all the shaming and guilt and concept of sin and all those things. There are books written way before then by Jesus, Yeshua. You call him Yeshua. You call him Yeshua ben Joseph. Different versions of the same being. So there are actually older, ancient, sacred texts that have been hidden from you that happened before then. So people just took everything that were from those texts and they created religion out of it to control you. So what's going on in the Bible in terms of these concepts of you better be good or you're going to hell? And if you are good, you're gonna get to go to this heaven, because beliefs are so powerful, because you are creative, God-embodied beings. You create that perception and it follows you into the afterlife. You don't need to do that. This is why in near-death experience, if you do your research on the IANS, that's the International Association of Near-Death Experiences, you will find people talking about heaven and talking about hell. Why? Because their beliefs carried through. This is why it's important to undo those beliefs right now, because I, as a medium, when I've observed, and I've been a medium for 22 years now, and I observed that when people carry those beliefs over, they experience that right away. You know, not forever though. I've never seen anyone experience hell except for, there are only 2 beings on this planet that hated themselves so much that to create a permanent hell. Only 2 beings. And one of them is Genghis Khan. So, and the other one is Stalin. They're in hell because they hated themselves that much. But it probably won't be permanent. Some channel, you know, when I'm out of this body, will come and determine that those beings have found a way to get out of their self-imposed hell because they are beliefs. So do you want to carry over that belief or not? It's the same thing with these New Age beliefs about the false light, forcing you to reincarnate. They aren't true, but when you are afraid and you carry that belief, then it happens and it creates it. That's how powerful you guys are. So no, I can't reconcile that because the Bible mostly isn't true. And there are some beautiful truths in it that I picked out, that I've found, that are beautiful renditions of older texts that preceded it, that are true. But there's so many other things that aren't. So I can't even, yeah. You can't reconcile. She goes on to say, how do we reconcile the reality of reincarnation with the simple duality of heaven and hell talked about in the Bible? The only reconciliation of that is to honor the fact that you are powerful creators who are creating powerful things, and you need to watch what you believe because it will come true. That's my answer to you, to reconcile that. Okay. I'm just scrolling down. Oh, geez. Vicky says, I've given up my paying job and am wanting to spend time on creative artistic ventures. Though it feels good, I am struggling with uncertainty over income. Everybody does, because that's an old paradigm that you have to work harder to be paid, and you have to work hard to prove your worth, and then money comes in as an example of your worth. Both are old paradigms that are untrue. And we're shifting out of that now. So I'll tell you right now, it's a lot of the standard types of paying jobs that are out there are ending, or they are shifting to provide more creativity. And during the time that they're shifting, people are deciding collectively, unanimously in that collective, in our collective as humans, that we no longer like those jobs, high paying or not, because they are soul sucking. And they follow the paradigm of work harder, which leaves you no room to breathe, to function in your heart, and it kills your body. So these paradigms are shifting. That's giving you no choice but to spend time on creative artistic ventures and to be paid for it. And you will be paid for it, because this is the world that we're creating. This is the direction also that this world is going in. That direction is that you will be paid for your artistic, creative endeavors. You will be paid for businesses. You will be paid by becoming self-employed with products that people actually need, that you begin to trade amongst each other. And the government's putting people in this position where they have no choice but to do that. And then they're going to be highly surprised that we're very capable of doing that and being self-sustaining. So joke's on you, government, right? Yeah. All right, guys, that's it that I want to go for. I've been at it for 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop here today so that we can get in an Instagram later. And I love you, and I'll see you at 1 p.m. And don't forget about the JFK channeling. The special on that ends at midnight again. So for the JFK channeling, we're talking about his perspective on where the world is today in comparison to where it was when he was embodied, why it's happening, what we can do about it, and how energy here in the throat, in communication, is going to be very important. How to communicate with other people and how to communicate our truths. All of that is going to be very important in this shift right now with where we're going. So you get to hear his perspective on that. He is a beautiful being. I told myself I would never channel a politician. Really? Just like that time I told myself I would never channel Halal. Never say never, because then it happens. So here you have it. You asked for it. Here it is. Don't forget, it's going off the early bird special by midnight tomorrow. So that is basically tonight at midnight. It's 12 a.m. on Tuesdays, tonight at midnight. So if you miss it, then it goes up to 20. But if you get it before then, it's at 11:11. All right. Hope to see you there. Bye.